Hello everyone. Today I'd like to take the opportunity to talk about a mod in particular. The mod I'm referring to is the Caucasus, hold on. It's Caus, Cau, Cau, um,
Caucasus.
he said cock. Right, so the
Caucasus.
texture DLC by Starway. So for those who don't really follow up on DCS news, a little while back, Starway presented a new DLC texture pack that was going to be sold for 15 capitalist dollars. Starway has made mods for the DCS community before for free and did a great job at it. So as you may expect, this news that we had to pay for a new DLC did not go well with some of the community, as they didn't feel a simple texture pack is worth that much money, and I admittedly was one of those people. Although there was a small public outcry against this paid DLC, Starway defended his choice by explaining that this was more than just a simple texture pack. It was more of an overhaul by completely retexturizing the map with the help of satellite images of the region, specifically focusing on fields and grass areas. On top of all that, he also went ahead and created new building textures, trees, surface textures beneath urban areas, and mountains with high resolution. He also states that there is background work with improved terrain configuration, better road textures, updated noise and clutter textures, as well as border textures between fields, and all of this sounds very neato.
Whoop-de-doo! What does it all mean, Basil?
Well, I guess it just means that everything's a bit more prettier. So after some back and forth with the community, Starway decided to drop the price of his
Caucasus.
DLC from 15 to 10 capitalist dollars. And everything seemed to be going well until... Unfortunately, DCS can't sell something it cannot protect, which is exactly what would happen here with this DLC, so they backed out. But fortunately for Starway, with such a supportive community, he was able to get around this with his own plan of release. So the plan was to set up a donations page where upon reaching a goal of 2,000 Imperial dollars, a T3 package would be released for the community for free. Then when the donations reached 3,000, a T4 package would be released under the same conditions. Starway managed to get that 2,000 rather quickly through the donations page and released the DLC for the community. As of the time of this recording, Starway managed to get his 3,000 goal as well, so he was making progress with the T4 package, which, after some digging, simply means that the T3 is what we currently have right now in the
Caucasus
map, and the T4 is the update that will come out from ED with the whole terrain redone just like Nevada does. So it has collidable trees and whatnot. So he's just making it T4 ready. So here I am playing on a multiplayer server with the mod installed, and you will see just regular gameplay footage that you would experience while normally playing with an A10 without doing any of that fancy schmancy external shots or comparison shots. This is just to give you an idea of how this will look to you all when all is said and done. At first, I didn't even know if the texture pack was even installed properly, as I didn't notice an immediate change. That is until I looked at the grass, and I noticed that the grass had a different texture to it, with some more powerful contrast added in. After taking off, I noticed that the trees definitely pop out a whole lot more, and they do look nice. I can say that it definitely spruces up how they should look in a more dynamic way, rather than them just being flat. So that was very nice to see. But beyond that, I wasn't necessarily blown away. It didn't feel like I got my money's worth if I donated or paid for the product, which I didn't. My guess is that you would definitely see a bigger impact if you were a helo pilot, as you guys are more often closer with buildings, which had a makeover done, as well as the grass that renders for you, whereas the fixed-wing pilots won't really ever get a chance to see any of that. As far as performance goes, I did not experience any issues on my end. In fact, everything ran as well as it should have, though I have heard of a few people complaining about some performance hits. Though I think it's got something to do with the fact that they were running Windows 10 and a new update came out which screwed things over, so I think it's unrelated to this DLC. Initially, one area of concern was whether or not this texture pack would fix the TGP issue that we see with the A10. For those who are unaware, there was a patch released some time ago that screwed up the TGP in wider black hot mode. Essentially, there was a larger than normal texture noise that was screwing up the background image with flare on. So in essence, you wouldn't be capable of distinguishing hot targets from the background. What has been said in the forums is that although this DLC will not fix the issue completely, it does help it a bit. The issue will have to be mainly solved by ED in general somewhere down the line. Personally, I didn't see that huge of a difference, but it is still pretty freaking hard to see some targets in certain background texture locations and easier in others. But guys, do not get me wrong, I like this mod and I think it's a great addition. In fact, I recommend it because it's free, so why not? I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on this mod to make sure that you guys get more details about it before donating to it blindly. So, should you donate to Starways to support his work? Well, I leave that up to you. How I feel about this mod is purely my own opinion. However, I personally don't see this being that different from some of the other texture packs that we have had from many other modders, and we got those for free. And honestly, it's not a game changer to the point I would pay for it. In comparison, a mod like RAE for my RWR on the A10 by Tetra, with some of my own edits in there, had completely changed my essay when it comes to combat. That kind of mod makes a difference, and it is the type of mod that I would personally support. But again, by no means am I saying you should not donate to Starway. In fact, in the description below are the links to his thread and donation page if you would like to support Starway's work. Personally, I'm waiting to see if Ranger 79 comes out with some new kick-ass A10 missions that are surely to be worth every single penny. And on that note, adieu gentlemen, and until next time.